What's up, CP?
College Picker.
Bonafide Hustler here.
College Picker here.
RAIKEN Profit.
Retro Aficionado.
What's going on, man? This is Chris, the Bonafide Hustler, coming to you live from Austin, Texas, from semi-echoey ass room. Welcome to the Green Room Hangout number 22. If you have never been to one of our hangouts here on YouTube land, they're pretty cool, action-packed, and about 1 hour long. But again, I'm the Bonafide Hustler from Austin, Texas. I buy and resell on avenues such as Craigslist, eBay, Amazon, Antique Booth, and find all kinds of stuff from thrift stores, pawn shops, swap meets, garage sales, estate sales, all that kind of stuff. And that's what I do, make my primary income. I'll hand it over to College Picker. Who are you?
I am the College Picker. I have the greatest hobby in the world. I buy stuff. I sell it for profit. I make money. Mostly selling Guitar Hero controllers and shoes right now. But I go through phases. Sometimes I'll get obsessed with something like ties. I'll sell ties. And now I'm selling a lot of ties and shoes and hoarding them all in my room because I really
Especially the Vineyard Vines ties.
I haven't sold any of the Vineyard Vines ties because I'm gonna collect them all and then shove them in Steve's face one day. But I sell I'm doing a lot of Amazon right now, but when I see a good deal, I just can't. I have a sickness where I just have to buy it.
That's not bad, man. Don't you have a guitar guide also?
Yes, I have published the world's first How to Flip Guitar Hero step-by-step manual. It has been a huge success. Everyone that's bought it has absolutely loved it. You can find it on Gumroad. You can find it on my Facebook page. You can find it on my YouTube channel at the top on the banner.
The link will be down below, guys. I also put it in there now. So, link down below for his guide if you want to get it. RAIKEN, who are you? Tell people.
What's going on, everybody? My name's Steve. I go by RAIKEN Profit on YouTube. I'm a full-time reseller. I've been selling primarily clothing on eBay. I also sell books, media, board games, anything new in a box, Amazon FBA. I do a lot of bicycles on Craigslist, household items, anything that I don't want to ship. I've also released a few different books, Blazing Profits, which teaches people how to make money selling blazers, sports coats, suits. And I've also created a guide, probably my most popular guide, which is 101 Killer Clothing Brands. But really excited for another show. We got an interesting topic tonight, so let's get this party started.
All right. But before we get the party started, we have to go to the craziest Asian on the West Coast. What's up, Retro?
Me? Oh, my God. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? Retro Aficionado. San Jose, California. Been doing this for a long time. I'm primarily Amazon FBA, but I do eBay. I do Craigslist, but don't really have a niche. I pretty much sell anything that I can make $1 on. So that's my story. Not very exciting.
Hey, don't you have an antique booth as of recently? Yeah.
Yes, I did get into an antique booth. I completely forgot about that. That's been okay. I mean, my sales expectations have been far beyond what I expected. I mean, it's because my particular antique mall, it's majority of the people in there are like selling like China and just the typical old, I guess, the old school antiques. I'm more of like a man cave, and so the owner of them was like really excited to meet theirs.
Uh-oh, he's starting to.
You're getting into a robot, young.
Just so you know.
Uh-oh.
Maybe you should take some of that antique mall profit and put it towards a better internet plan. Okay.
You would think San Jose would have a better connection. I agree with you.
By the way, last week you are the craziest Asian on the West Coast when it comes to resellers. However, last week you were the second craziest Asian on the West Coast because I was down there.
That's right. I know.
We were supposed to meet up, but you had some issues or not issues. You had some family stuff you had to tend to, and that's completely.
Yeah. No. So basically,
don't meet up with me the next time I get down there, dude. I'm gonna Bonafide.
No, we're gonna hook up. So basically, what happened was Chris and I had made plans to meet up, but my brother ended up coming into town, so I had to host him. So sorry, man.
No, it's all good. It's all good, man. So yeah, we have a topic today. Before I want to get to that, I also want to drop into the little thing here. My book, Flip That.
Wait, is this the book you're talking about?
Yeah, that's it, man. That's
what?
Blued out hustler right there.
This book's got to stay with the one, or else I'm in big trouble.
Yeah, so we won't say the last word, but you can go pick up that book. It's down below as well. So that book, Blazing Profits, 101 Killer Clothing Brands, the
Oh,
Guitar
where's my
Hero
book?
Guide, all
All right.
found down below, guys, if you want to check it out.
I was reading
What
this
is
in church and I got in trouble because of the cover.
what'd you say?
I was reading this in church and I got in trouble. I got called out by the pastor because of the cover.
Oh
Oh,
my gosh, that's funny.
he probably isn't a reseller. Anyway.
That's funny.
So what I want to talk about today, guys, what we want to talk to you guys about, and is the whole misconception about being a reseller, because there are some misconceptions out there, and there are some things that we can clear up, and you can get our views on what it takes to be a reseller, like what can you expect, and what people will think about you once you're a reseller if you're deciding to get into the game. Before we get into that topic, which will be about 10 minutes from now, maybe 15 minutes from now, we do want to open up the forum for two questions real quick. First of all, where are you from? So we can get that out of the way, because I want to let you guys know out there that here in the green room, the admin staff of the green room, which is a paid Facebook-based, subscription-based group, should I say it that way, a group where we established a very serious community that's dedicated to making money through the act and art of reselling. So that is available down below as well if you want to join. $100 a year, and you'll definitely get your money's worth. We put all of our more, in-depth kind of talks and items that we look for on a consistent basis that we find, and very soon in the very near future, we will have some great free things available for the people within the room, resources. So that's coming around the corner very shortly. Okay, so that's what the green room is all about. And I do want to start off the whole show with, like, where are you from? Because here in the green room hangout, the people that you see on the screen, we come from various parts of the USA, right? College Picker comes from Florida. We have RAIKEN from Connecticut. We have Young from the West Coast, from San Francisco, San Jose area, right around there.
Yeah.
And we got me, who's in Texas. So the only person we don't have is someone like in Montana, or like the north part of the country, if you really think about it. So we got all the coastlines combined.
So just fill out an application if you want to get on the green room. We're looking for someone in the area.
We're looking for somebody in Montana only. So just we need the very top of the whole thing. So yeah, if you we basically want to say is that the reselling is possible nearly everywhere across the USA. So you got to have a very open mind if you want to make money in this game. And that will be one of the misconceptions we'll go over here in a second. But we do want to open up the forum and take a look where people are from. It's really important to shout people out and take a look out there. Who's watching the Green Room Hangout? We got 73 people in the room, and I'm curious to see where these 73 people are from. You know what was really cool, RAIKEN, I guess CP and Young, is the fact that sometimes in the Green Room we get people from like the UK and the crazy, far places. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we've had Ireland before. I mean, just like some really cool places. So that's one of the reasons why I want to see how far the reseller bug really has gone across the USA. So let's take a look at that. And if you do want to comment in Google+, we have that open as well. So if you see me looking on this side, I'll be looking for my YouTube comments, which is directly below the video you are watching right now. You're watching a live video, guys, so you can comment live on it right now. And we will also be on the Google+ feed, so if you're watching this through Google+, you can also comment. I'll see that as well on this side of the screen. Okay. So go ahead, guys. If you guys see someone you want to shout out, go ahead. I see Chris Quiron. I want to say he's from Colorado. We got Gold Standard Online, Chicago suburb. Have you guys been to Chicago yet, by the way? Any one of you guys?
No, I want to go. I've always wanted to go. I know you went last year, right, Chris? But
Dude,
man,
Chicago's unbelievable, man. Like,
I
unbelievable.
want to try that deep dish pizza.
Oh, the pizza is just a small portion of how badass Chicago is.
Yeah.
The pizza is so overwhelming. CP, you ever been to Chicago?
The Chicago O'Hare Airport. That's about it.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Okay, well I've been to the airport. Come on.
Talking about my physical molecules being in Chicago space, then yes. But getting on the street, no.
Your physical molecules, you just say?
Yeah, my physical my CP molecules in Chicago.
Only Eric would say that.
See, there's a reason why he's a college picker, right?
Man, no joke, man.
In Chicago space.
All right, today your name is officially Amoeba Boy. You will be Amoeba Boy. You can have your little flagellums and stuff, the things that help you get around, but you are Amoeba Boy. Okay. So 2 weeks ago you were Beetlejuice because you look so freaking small on your screen.
Yeah,
There
well,
you
he
go.
was sitting so
He
far
looks like a
back.
Beetlejuice, like from the movie. I know I'm dating myself by saying that reference, but still, like, there's no other movie where there's like a Beetlejuice head in it, so I'm like, I have to say Beetlejuice.
That's not dating yourself because I've seen Beetlejuice.
Okay, but I think for the younger like reseller people out there, do you think everyone out there has seen Beetlejuice? All right, that's it. Like now that you've actually said where you've come from,
Have
you
you
gotta
seen?
tell me if you've watched Beetlejuice. I just want to know who out there has seen Beetlejuice, and don't look it up on Google.
I bet
You
you
should
most of them
know
saw it.
exactly what it is. If you have seen it, just say I've seen Beetlejuice. If you haven't seen it, just say what the hell are you talking about, Bonafide? So
I'm with Eric. I'm with Eric. I think most people saw it.
okay. I mean, dude, I'm telling you, generations. There's so much that has changed in the past 10 years, 20 years.
Yeah,
That,
no, it's true. But I think most.
you know,
Eric, I got your back, man. I'm with you on this one.
Saying "Have you seen Beetlejuice" is like asking somebody if they've seen like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I think.
Well, which version though?
First
yeah,
one.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know, Amoeba boy. I don't know.
Willy Wonka, not the stupid creepy one, but
Okay,
There's a
so
rumor going around that Chris never saw The Lion King.
no, that's not a rumor. That is actual like truth. So
What?
no, dude,
What
I have
the hell
actually,
is wrong
dude,
with
I'm
you?
telling you right now, like I put a post because Eric gave me a very hard time about it like 5 months ago, and I put it on my Facebook like, should I be having a hard time about this? Like I've never seen The Lion King, and I opened up this forum right as a question, and dude, there are like 30 comments like, what the hell, dude? What the hell? From
so,
guys and girls,
this-
they're just like blabbing about
This
The
is
Lion King.
this is the last time you poke fun at us, man. Go to Netflix tonight and rent yourself some Lion King. That is a
Dude.
great movie.
Maybe.
No, he had a bad experience with a lion when he was younger. He has so he doesn't even want to come near a
He was
lion.
trying to stick his head into a lion's mouth, and it didn't work out so well.
here's some reseller trivia. There is a YouTube picker that has a tattoo of the Simba painting from Rafiki on their body somewhere. That is
Really?
yeah, it's pretty cool. She's got a tattoo. Well, she's got a tattoo. He or she has a tattoo.
All right, so I'm actually in the comment feed right now, taking a look at where everyone's from. Jersey and the Heezy from Rusty Shackelford. We got Nelly Chess from Houston. I grew up in Houston, so I know all about that. Gold Standard Online, Chicago suburb. Yeah, we got Richard Montgomery, Lexington, Tennessee. So, okay, we got Columbia, South Carolina, I guess. Santa Rosa, California. Where's Santa Rosa? Oh, that's Cool Toads. You already know exactly about that guy.
Yeah.
JD
You're like,
Giant-
that's Cool Toads.
That's Cool Toads, man. We
What's
got
up,
JD
Toads?
Giant from North Dakota. Grinding Resale Profits from Michigan, Washington State. We have Lake Charles, Louisiana. We have Windy City, Chicago again. We have Indiana, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Los Angeles. Pretty awesome. Sarasota, Cape Canaveral, Florida, Martinez, California, LA again, New Jersey. That's Louis the Seller, by the way, who's a very prominent person in the YouTube space. Digger Tex from Dallas. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Maybe we can get Digger Tex to hang out with us the next time you guys are in town, like next summer. Dallas is 3 hours away from Austin anyway. West Chicago, man, a lot of people from Chicago. Michigan, Philadelphia, Louisville, Kentucky. Man, we got all kinds of people. Okay, so on the Beetlejuice thing, by the way, Craig Daniels says Beetlejuice is classic. Seen it. Who hasn't
That
seen
is a
Beetlejuice?
classic. That is a classic.
Yes. I'm 43 old. So Nelly Chess says, yes, I've seen Beetlejuice, but I'm 43 years old, though.
There's nothing
So
wrong
I'm
with
saying
that.
it dates someone if they like make a Beetlejuice reference, I think. Anyway, Malu Jimmy says, I remember the Beetlejuice cartoon, and also Malu Jimmy down below said he said something about your guide, College Picker, by the way. If you find that comment, let me know. Yeah, about your Guitar Hero guide. So, got a lot of good people in here. Oh, here it is. Malu Jimmy. Hey, CP, applying your guitar bug. Guitars checked in at FBA yesterday. Sold 3 of them for close to $200 already. So great.
Oh my gosh.
See? He's
That's
following
ridiculous.
exactly what you're saying, CP. My brother does the exact same thing.
Jeez.
3.
Ching.
That's awesome.
200. That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's buying giant.
Return on investment, $20 to 200.
Wow.
You know what? I think you guys are completely right about the Beetlejuice thing because everyone has been like seen it.
Yeah, see.
Seen it.
Hey, dude, that's a
Okay.
common misconception.
Okay. All right. I just got owned by Beetlejuice. Cool. So, all you guys that are commenting, all you gals that are commenting, do me a favor real quick. If you do like the Green Room Hangouts, first of all, best thing you can do for us. With 84 people watching, I know you guys can hear me out there. Just hit the like button if you like the show.
Thumbs up.
If you don't like the show, then I'd have to ask, why are you here? But the second question, well, the second remark would be, well, if you don't like the show, just comment down below and just tell us what we can do better, because that's really one of those things. We do look at the comments after the fact, and we do want to improve the Green Room Hangouts any way that we can. So, Techna Mongus says, who hasn't seen it? That came from Google Plus. Let me make sure I get this out of the way. We're going to go to Best Find of the Week, and then we're going to go to Reseller Misconceptions. So, Best Find of the Week, this is one of the best parts of the entire Green Room Hangouts. We try to do it in every single Green Room Hangout. But when we have a guest or something, yeah, when we have a guest or something, sometimes we don't get around to doing this, and some people get pissed and they call us out on it. So we got to do it. I'll start off with Yong. What's the coolest thing you found last week? And all you guys in the comment feed, while you're listening to our responses, go ahead and type in what the coolest thing that you found. And if you've sold it, let us know what you sold it for as well. So go ahead, Yong.
You know what? My brother was in town. I didn't do much picking. I mean, I found a couple of cycling jerseys, which I sold, which I shared with you guys, but nothing like no home runs or nothing. So it was just me and my brother.
Anything that you put in the green room today, it wasn't a bad flip. I thought that was a great flip.
It was a great flip. No, it was a great flip. Bought it for a few bucks.
Was that first class? It was first class, right? Like 8 ounces, right? When you shipped it off?
Yeah.
Cool. So that's great. First class, 8 ounces, eBay fees or whatever, and then you've pocketed a good $35 or so, right?
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, my brother was in town, so I didn't do much. It was just lounging.
No, that's all good. I understand. RAIKEN, what's the coolest thing you found last week, man?
When I was actually in Massachusetts, my mother and I, we went on a little thrift store adventure.
Oh.
One thrift store. Yep, we had a lot of fun. We were out for a few days. I got a video that Young definitely didn't watch because Young's too good to watch anybody's videos. But besides that, I found
Take that damn bass out your voice, dude.
Hey, man. I got something to tell you after the show. But anyways,
all right.
If any of you clothing people are out there, you're going to freak yourself out when you hear this. But I found a beautiful Brioni suit.
Oh,
Brioni is a really high-end brand, a designer brand, an Italian brand. And if I was to guess how much the Brioni suit was new, probably over $2,000 if I had to guess. Those things are super, super expensive. But I think I'm going to be able to get maybe $300 to $600 out of that. Probably more towards $300 or $400 or less, somewhere around there.
So how much did you buy for again?
That was $24.99.
So you're gonna hold out for at least 3 months on this one, right? You're gonna just go down like $20 every time.
That thing high to the ceiling, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just gauge the market. I'm gonna see how many people are making best offers, how many watchers I have, how many views I get, and based on that, I'm gonna start lowering it.
Okay, that's a really, I mean, you can tell a huge story from the amount of watchers, even if your auction expires. If you saw that watcher count like around 8 or 5, like you know that your price is so close that you ought to not go down like $50 at a time. You go down like maybe $20 at most, but you go down 50, it'll be gone that day. You know what I'm saying?
I have a Ralph Lauren Polo motorcycle jacket. It's got like 39 watchers for like 3 months on it now.
Jeez.
And it hasn't sold. It's in perfect condition. And I keep slowly lowering it. And it's just like, sometimes it's funny on eBay. But yeah, that's my find of the week, Brioni suit.
Cool. That's a great find, man. Amoeba Boy, what did you find this past week?
If you would have been following me on Facebook, you see these right here? You guys see them, right?
Yep, that's awesome. Go ahead. You keep talking.
I'm talking. These are some shoes I picked up at a Goodwill during my lunch break. I went, got some food while the food was cooking. I swung into Goodwill, and these things just like boom, bam, pop in my face. They were so freaking awesome looking. They're Nike Air Tech Challenge Agassi Lavas. They were a size 12. They're a shoe from 2008, 2009, and $22. I popped up this exact picture on Instagram, and I sold them within 24 hours for 180 PayPal dollars. So
wow,
pretty quick, pretty awesome flip. And those are
the condition of those things, like on the bottom of the shoes. Were they worn a lot? Like I don't understand. Why would someone donate those things?
No, not hardly worn at all. The little gray mountains above the air bubble had a little bit of paint here and there missing, but the bottoms weren't worn. They had pebbles in it, which is normal. They might have had like a little bit of gum here or there, but I didn't do anything to them. I didn't even shine them up. You can see a little bit of dirt over here on the shoelaces. But I would say they were a good solid 8.5 and not to 9 out of 10 overall.
What? How much did those things cost brand new in the store? Would you say when they first came in?
When they came out, they were probably about $120 shoe, 120 to 150. I mean, I'm not a sneakerhead. I am an educated college pickerhead. So I know my stuff enough to make money, but I'm not I didn't know these were Agassi lavas when I bought them. I just knew they were amazing, and they had like Nike printed on the side and just looked freaking awesome. They were size 12, but I still put them on and wore them around for a day before while I was pending the offer with the guys. So I got to wear them for a little bit. So I looked like a clown though. It was funny.
That's a pretty sick shoe, man. I think anything Nike with that retro look to it, it's one of those things that you better look up like while you're at the store. I got a pair not too long ago as well. Here, I'll tell you what I picked up.
The guy needed it by Monday, so I sent him out Friday, and he got them for a photo shoot on Monday. So they're gonna be like all over this guy's Instagram. He's gonna send me some of the professional pictures, and I'm gonna try to incorporate it into a video. It's a pretty cool story. So
let me ask you real quick.
That's not bad, man.
Real quick, let me ask you, Eric, what kind of protection do you have by selling it to some, I'm going to just say it's a random person on Instagram through PayPal?
That's a good question. My friend actually, the day I sold these, he called me up and was like, yo, I posted a picture on Instagram. I got an offer for these shoes that I just found for like $100 something. First, I assessed my risk. What do I have into it? I had $22 into it. 2, I assessed my buyer. I look up how many followers does he have. Does he have like a legit website? Does he have something to risk to a social community to where would it be worth would $180 be worth his reputation? Yes or no? To him, he had 200 or he had 2. Let me see. I'm gonna give the guy a shout out right now who bought them, just because I mean none of us are like big Instagrammers or anything, but his name was Imperial X Empire LLC. He sells vintage art, fashion, music, abstract, Empire, Houston, blah blah blah. And he had 2,700 followers with only 88 people that he's following. So I knew he's got a following. He doesn't want to rub somebody the wrong way.
Okay.
And of course, like the PayPal tracking and whatnot. Like I got a video of me actually packing it in the UPS and then sending it off, which is double protection, I guess. But I totally knew it was going to be fine just because I got the guy's cell phone number. I talked to him on the phone. You just got to be smart about it. But overall, selling to random people on Instagram, it's not for the faint at heart. It's not for the beginners. It's definitely a pro move. So,
thanks, man. Awesome.
Well, yeah, that's one of those things. We have a question from what's it called? Google Plus right here. It says, although we would all like to join the green room, we need more information and tips on these hangouts. What are some super hustler tips that could help us all out? So he was telling you one right there, like, be able to notice a good vintage Nike like that alone, whether it's an ACG Moab or it's something like this, an ultramarine. I found that's a 2005 model right there. It really, that's probably classified as retro. Yours is probably retro as well. But either way, there's a huge following for Nike shoes, amongst other shoes as well. So that's one of the things that you can do is like start looking at, what are the ones that people are looking for. Like when you put vintage Nike, take a look at all the pictures and all the sold ones, and you'll get an idea of what Nike was really doing back in the day, the colors that they were using for their stuff. So, they liked a lot of purple, they liked a lot of blues, and they liked a lot of neon pinks. Those happen to be things that carry a lot of value today. So hopefully, Morgan Horde, your question, that's just a piece of it. We can't give out all the tips in the world here on Green Room Hangouts, but we can certainly, give you guys a really good insight of how we are handling situations or things like that. Now, I want to go into this feed real quick because people are telling us what they found. So, brand new pair of women's old Gringo boots at Goodwill for $25. They retail for $4.90. They should get about $300, $350. That's pretty good, nice. Right? Old Gringo is a great brand. A Betamax front load player near mint conditions, PRR modeler. Bought it for $8. Sold in less than 24 hours for $179.95. So, Amoeba Boy, since you're into electronics and stuff, definitely look more into those Sony Betamaxes, dude. I mean, you're Amoeba Boy. You gotta get your flagellums out or whatever those things are called, flagellates, and propel yourself to the nearest thrift store and buy some.
I have Cilia today. I don't have any.
Cilia. Is that what it, I thought it was? Wasn't the flagellum thing like the tail or whatever?
Flagellum is one like that.
Okay,
Cilia would
you
be
got
all-
cilia. All right, Amoeba boy. Okay. PlayStation with 3 controllers. I'm assuming a PS1, 3 controllers, 28 games, 2 memory cards, $10.
No,
CP.
that's probably a PS2.
What'd you say?
What?
What are you gonna do with a PlayStation and 3 controllers? It only takes 2.
No. I said we found PlayStation with 3 controllers and 28 games, 2 memory cards for $10. That's a good deal, right?
I mean, it depends on the games, but yeah, you could get your money back on the PlayStation. It could all be like garbage sports games, but yeah, you're fine. More than
Dude,
like,
even if you lot up 28 games, you can still get over $20 for that, right? $30.
yeah, you could. It's fine.
Yeah.
Not a bad deal. No.
I mean,
Was that
statistically, what do you? I mean, in 28 games, one's going to be worth something, right? At least 1 or 2. CP,
Wait,
yeah.
what-
And any random 28 game PlayStation 1 pickup that you've ever done, or a 30 game or a 40 game, there's at least 1 or 2 that's worth something, right?
I don't do random pickups anymore. I'm a very picky chooser.
Okay. All right.
I only pick. Yeah.
See, me and my brother, we're a bit of the opposite, man. And so I
Well,
think,
one game recently for $80 that I found at a pawn shop. I found this game 3 times and I posted a post in the green room, and I sold that game for $80 within the last like 2 or 3 days.
cool.
It was an earlier post that I wrote about, but it was a very, very distinguishable game for PlayStation 2 that I found 3 times, and I know it's out there. Y'all can find it.
Good. We have Pickin' Ain't Easy, said another RC team associated RC10, but it's the T4 model garage sale, but it's pretty cool, and that's a great car to be buying. That's a pro level remote control car right there. Moonlighter, huge haul, and this is how it's huge. 320 pounds of Olympic weights, a spin collar, an O-bar, Olympic bar, and an Olympic curl bar, all for $30.
Oh my god. That's worth at least 160 to 200.
Yeah, I'm actually looking for that setup right now, dude. I'm about to have a gym in my garage in a month. I can't believe that. That's crazy. What a great deal.
Just a weightlifting competition.
Dude, that's insane. So yeah, here's Chaz Hawley. We bought RAIKEN's 101 guide. It's so awesome. It's been a lot of good help. Anthony Otto found a Giro bike helmet last weekend. Thanks to Bonafide Hustler for getting me interested in bike and outdoor equipment. You're welcome. Anthony Otto, after we talked about CP's Guitar Hero guide, he says, I'm going to start reading CP's guide right now. That's pretty cool. By the way, it's free in the green room. So if you haven't joined the green room, if you are looking for incentives to join the green room, that's going to be a free thing that's already there right now. Okay. Let's go into our topic, by the way, guys. So, okay, here's another one. Sweet Diecast Boy, tell us more about RCs, you RC guru. I really want one, that's why, LOL. Well, if you really want an RC and you don't want to resell one, I think the best RC toy to buy right now is called a Traxxas/VXL. If you buy it on the open market, brand new, you're probably going to spend like $600. RAIKEN, that was the truck that you saw go by in my house.
Dude, I was just going to say, was that the one? Because that thing, if you guys have never been around like a top-of-the-line RC car, you will not believe the things that it could do.
Yeah.
And if you've got a dog running around too, it's even funner because it's going to chase it.
And for the record, his RC is faster than my actual car.
It really is.
But yeah, so that what you were seeing, I'll get real technical here. It was an all-wheel drive Traxxas VXL / it was a brushless model, and it was running on a 3-cell LiPo that was pretty charged up that day, so it had plenty of get-go. It was running the original setup with the pinion and the spur gear, which means it was topping out at around 55 miles an hour, but you can get those things to get up around 70 if you really work on them with a different spur gear and pinion combo. So there's all the technical stuff for you, but if you were looking for one remote control car to own, you got to get a Traxxas /. That's the best, most indestructible truck out there that's just a lot of fun. All-wheel drive model, too, not the two-wheel drive model. Okay, Young32, who is the leader of the green room? I guess would be Bonafide with an iron fist. What? we are all the admins of the green room. We happen to do the show on this channel, and that just happened by chance.
Yeah.
Next time we all meet up, we're gonna have a wrestling match to see who's the strongest, and then we're gonna classify them the leader.
Yeah.
I'm not touching.
I will freaking guzzle a 44 ounce of creatine that day, just to have my edge. So here's Michael Rogers. Okay, I have too much fun going through these. What did you find in the past week? Found 2 bug assault guns for 50 cents each. Sold it 75 day. Sold for 85 days in a 7-day auction. First of all, someone tell me what a bug assault gun is.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
CP.
I have no idea. I'm gonna Google
It's
it.
called bug-a-salt. Okay. Well, anyway,
What
Michael
is that?
Rogers, I know you're listening to me, so why don't you come back to us and let us know what that is, and we can all get educated here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
okay.
on Amazon. It's your fly swatter.
Oh,
but it's
really?
Fire your fly swatter. You shoot at you shoot
You
something.
shoot at a fly with a swatter? I don't get it.
You shoot salt at them. Okay. You shoot salt at them, so that means if it gets on the ground, it's not really gonna like do anything, but it's gonna spread like kind of like
Wow.
like a pigeon
Whoa.
shot or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's gonna spread salt like a shotgun. So it's gonna knock the fly out of the air. That actually looks like a lot of fun.
So you knock the fly out of the air, but then you have salt all over the ground in your house.
But it's salt. Like nothing. Salt's not gonna attract ants. It's not really gonna do anything. So
It won't attract anything. It'll just be on the bottom of your feet when you walk around.
it's not a lot.
Taking the whole thing through.
It might be something that you can do outside at the barbecue or something, leaving
I
no
think I
net.
would be more stressed out with salt on my feet with no flies in the air rather than flies in the air with no salt on my feet.
It's a cool concept, and it's got really good reviews on Amazon. 4 stars, 803 people reviewed.
Okay, cool.
Looks like a pretty tested and true product. So cool.
All right.
Awesome.
I got a cool comment that just came in here real quick. We'll get to our. I promised we were going to get to our misconception about being a reseller. It's just too much fun going into the comment feed here. So this one comes from Infinite the Picker, and this is something we can all relate to. Well, maybe not Young. Well, yeah, Young too because he already started doing this. But I just started making videos. Nothing special yet, but keep up the great work, guys. It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So,
it doesn't take anything
yeah.
to make videos. You can have a cell phone and make videos. You just have to have an open attitude. You know, when you put your face on YouTube, you're not going to get a ton of dislikes. You're not going to get people going, "Hey, shut up." You know, you're going to get a lot of people that are going to, especially in the picker community, that are just going to be like, "This is great." One more addition to the community is always a good thing, right?
Yeah.
RAIKEN, what's your take on people that just decide to make a video out of nowhere and start telling some people some good stuff? What's your take on that?
It's awesome, man. You know, giving back, sharing the wealth. You know, there's some people who they get worried about the information going out, and you know they're in that poverty mindset. But I come from an abundance mindset where you know I feel that there's plenty for everybody, and I like to see more people you know join a community. I think it just makes it stronger, and we all learn something from one another, and it helps us to you know grow our businesses.
Yeah, no, I completely
Yeah,
agree with you. Hey, CP,
so-
what did?
Go ahead,
Hold on
man.
real quick.
So,
Hey,
no,
CP,
go ahead.
when you made your first video, what was your goal on your first video, CP? Do you remember what your first video was?
Yeah, I was sitting in front of a webcam talking.
Was that in that dirty apartment that I think I remember watching you before I even knew you, and you were like in some random place, like, but you were saying awesome stuff. I'm like, dude, this guy is amazing.
I have a bunch of roommates, and there were like dogs that were indoor dogs, which is a bad idea. They use like pee pads. It was bad.
And then your hair was longer, right?
Yeah, I go through phases where I grow it out, cut it short, grow it out, cut it short.
Okay, cool.
But,
Well, yeah, I
yeah,
remember
I mean-
I don't know if it was your first video that I watched, but you were just saying that it's very easy to make money,
There was no
basically.
goal. There was no goal, really. But I don't know. I wanted to do something where my grandparents can see me, like what I see my hobby from their computers. They can watch me from their house. Like they watch my older brother play baseball whenever they want. They listen to him, but they really don't have a way to keep. They don't want to watch me like go to school. They don't want to watch me take exams, but it's interesting like hobby stuff. So it was interesting to them because my grandpa always loves me talking about like the garbage that I find and how would I sell it for. So
Hmm.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Young, you just started your channel recently, right?
Yeah,
How many videos do you have up?
Plug it. Plug it.
I have 2 videos. You know, it's under Retro Aficionado, but you know, I mean, you know, behind the scenes, you know, we've all talked, and I know you guys been on my case about not making videos, but I was always like, well, if I'm going to do videos, I want my videos to be different. I want them to be completely different. So a lot of my videos are going to be pretty much point of view. You know, I got these sunglasses that has a camera embedded right in between the lenses, so you guys will see exactly what I do, exactly how I negotiate. So more videos to come. You know, I'm just, like I said, I've been busy the past couple of weekends. You know, but for sure this weekend I'll get a video out.
Busy,
Okay.
man. What do you got, a full-time job or something?
I do. I do. Damn
Okay.
it.
We're going to get to our topic. This is the last comment I'm going to read for a little bit. Grinding resale profits, echoing RAIKEN's remark. There will always be more buyers than sellers, and sharing this info is not going to make profits go away. That's pretty cool. So yeah, there's plenty going around. You know, I mean, of course, the community of the whole resale community in the past probably 5 years, I would say now, has really taken a astronomical leap in information. And yes, you know, people are making money out there, and yes, there might be a little bit more competition, but where's there not competition in this world? You know, like there's competition everywhere you go. So you gotta like really try to be the best hustler that you can be in order to stay on top of your competition. Because you should never ever have all your eggs in one basket anyway. And if it seems too good to be true and you're like living the greatest life ever, at any point it can come crumbling down. So you gotta always have an arsenal of lots of things that you can pick from in order to ensure that you remain in the game. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, for instance, if RAIKEN was to just do button-up clothes, like button-up shirts,
Right.
you would not be near as successful as you were today, right?
I'd
Because
be
you can't.
screwed.
Yeah, you'd be screwed because competition probably has picked up and prices have gone up a little bit. So you did the smart thing and
The
you've
funny thing
diversified.
is, though, like when you get started, like that's all I was doing. But over time, I went into different things, and you're gonna notice too. Not you, but everyone who's watching, you're gonna notice the longer you do this, the more things you're gonna pick up, the different categories you're gonna get into. You know, you're gonna start buying and selling various items. You know, as the even if the competition does pick up, and obviously over time it probably will, you're gonna keep learning more and more. So you're gonna be staying a step ahead of the competition, if I can talk right. So just keep educating yourself. That's really the key.
I think you're leading up to something very important, so why don't you go ahead and drop the green room really quickly, because I'm pretty sure out of the 101 people that are watching us right now, there might be a couple that are like, what is the green room, whatever. So going to your original point, like go ahead and tell people what this green room is about, if you know, especially if they want to stay ahead with in the competition and everything, how can it help them?
All right, yeah. So I'll give everybody a little brief description of how I perceive the green room. It's pretty much a place where like-minded people go to not only share their thoughts on their reselling adventure, but to learn, to educate, to stay around positive people. And you know what? If they have a question, if they want to have a question asked, if they want to ask a question and get an answer, you know, from people that they know the answers, they can go. They could ask her questions. They could, you know, like I said, they could be a part of the community. And you know, a lot of times in some of these Facebook groups, you know, there's a lot of drama going on. There's negativity, and people kind of, you know, sometimes people will ask a question that's, I guess, considered stupid or something that, you know, a lot of people know. But, you know, over at the green room, we don't mind what you ask. Any question is acceptable. We'll answer your question, and you know, we're there for you. So, and not just us, but everyone who's in that room is kind of helping each other out and supporting each other, regardless of where you are. If you're a beginner, an intermediate, or you're an advanced, we're all there for each other. And as everybody grows and educates, gets educated and stuff, I mean, we progress, and we, you know, just keep moving forward.
Yeah, I agree. I think my main goal, there was a question from Kentucky Tycoon on Google Plus saying, what are each of your income or business aspirations? How big do you want to get? So without going into the income part of it, because I hate just discussing income, but how big do you want to get, or business aspirations? Honestly, I personally, and I think I speak on behalf of everyone because we just talked the other day on a conference call, but I want to build the green room into a very elite type of hustler base, right? The people that join it are committed, and they sit there and they put something of value forward, like their membership money, and they try as hard as they can to multiply that thing into 50 grand, 100 grand in a year. You know, like that's really what I want. I want people that are hungry to be in that room, hungry to learn, and not people that are just looking for something for free, right? That are just coming in there and don't want to contribute or anything like that. That's the reason why we built the room. We're trying to build a very elite type of hustler out of that group, which I won't give any hints, but we got some really cool things coming around the corner, and we got some great things that are going to be in the green room very soon for people that are already in there and for anyone that joins up. So I'll leave it at that. Let's get into this reseller misconception kind of thing, because I know this is a topic that on my Facebook post people were like, oh, I really want to see your take on this topic, and this is going to be a great topic in general. So first of all, the topic did come from Yang, which is cool. So Yang, thanks for the topic, and let's start talking about. I'll let you actually. We'll let RAIKEN start off, and he's going to give you a little insight on something, and then I'm going to go next, and then it'll be CP, and then it'll be Yang. But go ahead, RAIKEN. Why don't you start your portion off?
Is a common misconception that a lot of people that aren't in the business, I feel that they have this misconception. And what I want to talk about is a lot of people that aren't in the business, they think that it's all fun and games. They think that, being a reseller or a picker or whatever you want to call it, they think that you're not actually working. They think you're just having fun all day and just selling things left and right. But what I want to say, and I think I'm speaking to the people who maybe are watching this for the first time, or they're thinking about starting a business. Maybe they're thinking about starting it because they think, it's just going to be a whole bunch of money and it's all fun and games and it's not work and you're just sipping pina coladas on the beach or whatever you want to say. But it really is, like, if you're going to take it serious and you're going to make it, especially your full-time income, it does turn into a job. It really does. There's parts of it that are really fun, like going out sourcing, but not all the time sourcing is fun. I mean, especially if you have an employee like I do, sometimes you've got to go out and you've got to find 100, 120 pieces of clothing, and you're tired, or maybe you're just under the weather a little, and you got to hit 6 or 7, 8 thrift stores and really go picking through tons of stuff. I mean, sometimes that's work, but even more than that is having a list every single day, taking pictures, shipping every day. I mean, just the nuances of doing the same thing over and over and over again. It can turn into a job, and it's not all fun and games. Especially if you're trying to make it your full-time income, you've got to take it serious. Even when you get that inbox, you get that message in your eBay inbox from that buyer who's just giving you a hard time and just beating you up for no reason. Like recently, I got a negative feedback, and I mean, the guy was just ridiculous, and those are the things you got to deal with sometimes. Some people, they're just beep, beep, beep. I'm not even going to say it. And, there's always a few bad apples. 99% of the people are good, but when you got to deal with that bad apple, or you got to go sourcing for 10 hours and you're under the weather, I mean, it does turn into a job. So I'd say that is one misconception that people have about resellers and pickers, that it's all fun and games. Sometimes it is, but other times it's not.
Cool. So yeah, I completely agree with RAIKEN on that whole thing. I only differ in my thought in the sense that what's comforting about what I do, when you're first starting out, first of all, it's like a mad dash to figure out like what people are buying, like what's the cool thing to buy and everything like that. We're going to have a resource very quickly that's going to assist in that I think people are just going to be swept away with, but without giving too much of a hint. We're really proud of it. It's coming out in about 2 weeks, but it's really a rush when you're younger to figure out your risk tolerances and like, what should I focus on? And most people are like, I don't know what to buy, and it freaks people out, right? And going to RAIKEN's point, that's where it can sometimes feel like not fun and games, right? It gets kind of overwhelming, and you have to go out every day. When you get very, very good, right? I speak on behalf of like CP, RAIKEN, and Yang. When you get really good, and you start having a lot more fun with it, right? And you start realizing the things that make you successful, that help you find the cool things at thrift stores, and you get to realize it could be a combination of a positive attitude, a good meal in your stomach, a nice energy drink. It could be a lot of things. And you figure out more about yourself as you go along. But the number one thing you will figure out about yourself is the fact that you are making your own life come true, and your own rules and your own expectations of yourself. There's no one looking over your shoulder, so all your greatest faults will come to play very quickly when you're a reseller. I mean, all of them. So if you're lazy, that'll come out really quickly, RAIKEN, go ahead. You got something. You're itching to say.
I want to say one thing because I kind of felt like I was coming off negative, like.
No, not at all, man. It's not negative.
I don't want to come off like that, because I tell you right now, it's a million times better than being, well, for me, my personality, for me, in my own opinion, it's a million times better being stuck in an office or running around a restaurant or having people tell you what to do. I mean, trust me, I love it. I absolutely love it, but it's not all fun and games. So I just wanted to emphasize that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think yeah, exactly what he's saying. It's work. I mean, work with a great reward. The reward is invaluable when you consider the fact that there's no one looking over your shoulder. You make your own schedule. You can not be in a traffic jam because you know the right times to head out to the thrift stores. You're not stuck in anything that stresses you out. You become stressed out by other things, but a lot of times these other things are really a lot better for you than the normal work day that people go through. Anyway, I'm going to go through what I want to shed some light on, and that is how the misconception of really like what you need to bring to the table to become a really successful reseller. So like, some people are like, okay, all you gotta do is just buy and sell stuff, and that's like really easy, and all you gotta do is just get your cell phone out and whip it out and do some research. It's not true. So you really need to understand it. I think becoming a really good reseller, it relies on your inner psychology. So when you become very good, right, a very good reseller, it's only because you've honed in on all your own faults and all your own inadequacies, and you've corrected those things to become a successful, reseller with successful systems played out and things like that. That's basically what it is. You start running a business. It's not anyone else's business but your own. And if you decide to, slack around one day, then you shouldn't sit there and go, well, why didn't I make my goal today? Or if you decide to lift heavy in the beginning of the week and take the rest of the week off, that's something that you can do too. But what I'm trying to say is your biggest faults will come out as you're a hustler, so you're going to have to combat that. Whereas in the real workplace in everyday America, sometimes you can be a lazy worker and completely get away with it. I mean, that's the sad part about corporate America. Is sometimes you can have no drive and still act like you have drive, and people think you're a great worker, right? But if you have no drive and you're a reseller, then that comes out very quickly in the amount of money that you make every single day or every single month that you take home. So it's very important to have the ability to have an open mind. I think it's very important to have your risk tolerance perfected. So when you're starting out, if you find yourself a naturally risk-averse kind of person, that's not a good thing. I would say the people that make it in the game are people that understand calculated risks. It's actually one of the chapters in my book, by the way. So that's very important, right? And we're talking about the kind of risk that plays into things like backgammon, poker, games such as that, because this is nothing but a giant poker game is really what we're playing right here. We're playing, we're putting money forward to get a greater chance of getting money, a larger sum of money in return. So you can't be risk averse per se if you're in this game. You have to be willing to try different things, right, Young? You got to be willing to go out there and go, okay, I'm going to buy 10 units of this, and I might lose a little bit of money. That's okay, but you might stand to gain 4 times what your original purchase price. You got to be able to make those decisions. There are tools to help you do that, but there's no tool that will tell your mind to do it. You see what I'm saying? It has to be you pulling the trigger and buying the stuff. No tool is going to take your wallet out, swipe the card, or bring out cash, or whatever you do. Your own inner abilities will do that. So you have to have the ability to talk as well, right? People think like, oh, it's nothing but just going places and scanning things, or it's going places and picking things up and putting it in your, into your cart and walking around making some money on eBay. Honestly, what comes into play is the introvert versus extroverted kind of people. Extroverted kind of people will make more money over the long run. Why? Because they're talking to their people at the thrift stores, the people that make key decisions. They're talking to people at pawn stores, making great negotiation things come alive. When you have the ability to talk to someone without offending them or turning them away, that is a great thing to have as a reseller. So don't think that you don't have to talk either, or it's a very easy kind of thing, because talking makes you more money, right? You can get away making a little bit of money by not talking, but if you open your mouth and you start having conversations with people, you start smiling and becoming an open kind of person, you will make more money just because of that alone. Last thing, you have to be willing to embrace failure. So that can go hand in hand with risk. Losing some money, yes, you have to be willing to do that in order to make money, right? You got to spend money to make money, and you got to be willing to fail, right? You got to be willing to, get that bad feedback after you did everything perfect, right? You got to be willing to take that. It's part of the game. It doesn't happen all the time. There are some really bad people out there who try to take advantage of you, and unfortunately, the places you try to deal business with, like eBay, for example, or maybe Amazon, they kind of side with the person buying your item. almost every time. But you got to be willing to embrace some failure here and there, because you can't win without failing. It's just true. You just don't win right out of the box. So you got to fail, 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 and then you figure out something that sells really good, and then you start buying that thing more than the other things, right? But you got to fail. You have to. RAIKEN, have you ever failed on a shirt before?
A lot when I was new. The more you get to it, like my big failures now is when I'm rushing, and I'll spend 20 bucks on a nice suit, and there'll be a humongous stain or a huge rip in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay to get excited about something, but sometimes you get too excited and you realize, oh, I didn't check the price tag first of all, right? That's a big one, where you get too excited and you look at the price tag and you're like, damn it.
The price tag.
CP, where have you failed in this game?
Failed? I don't know what you guys are talking about. I always sipping pina coladas. Always make money.
What a jackass!
Amoeba boy doesn't fail.
Like forgetting to check for battery corrosion. That's easy. I think one of my earlier times I bought a guitar that had a damn dog bite in the cord. I forgot to look at the cord. Just like item inspection, testing function when possible. Sometimes you're in a rush or whatever. I've bought in fake shoes because I didn't take the proper precautions, but that was not. I mean, the risk is so. It's a calculated risk thing where the risk is so low that I know that if it ends up being fake after I do further research, because you can't really, unless it's something you know previously, you can't really look up how to tell a fake certain model of Jordan in the field. Like, it's really hard to do that. Yeah. You have to go off of past instinct, current, like what you know right now, previous experience, and then when you get home is when you really like dig down and do the research. But I mean, of course, you're in there.
You're not afraid to fail at all, are you?
No, I am a big failure.
I have nothing.
CP. You're a very interesting guy, man. You're very successful. You live a very low fixed cost lifestyle. There's a lot to admire about a person like you, just so you know.
A minimalist.
Yeah, he's a minimalist. He's got a freaking car that's fully paid off, that's giving him no problems, and he doesn't care about the image perception. Got a lot of respect.
Place the rear wheel bearing on it.
Huh?
Yeah, but you still have a lot of you are a kind of person that you don't. It's not that you don't care about what other people think about you. It's just not It's not in your priorities to impress anybody but yourself, which is cool. That's a very, very good quality to have. But yeah. Anyway, so who are we gonna go to next? Yang or CP? Who wants to go next?
I got a nice little bit of notes in front of me that I've been taking.
Go for it.
Have you been writing with your? How did you hold the pen with all that cilia? Are you using your flagellate tail, or are you?
I used my four cilia and my thumb cilia.
Gosh.
Okay. All right. So what do you guys talk about?
This actually came up to me with a green room member when I hung out with him, Mr. Tommy Heinz. He's in the green room. We went thrifting for like an hour or so. He flew into Florida, and it just happened to be that I was in the area the exact moment that he came to Florida. So it was very, very, very fortunate events. But he said, from their perception of our YouTube videos, everything looks like a home run, which is I think that could be a common misconception, because from our videos, well, at least from my videos, like I try to do things that are interesting, that have a good story, so I tell people the interesting stuff. Well, not everything is a home run, for sure. Like, there's your bread and butter items, there's your triples, your doubles, your home runs, your grand slams. So I think that's a common misconception, is that we're constantly hitting home runs all the time. Like, that's all we hit are home runs, and that's absolutely.
That's all I hit. And I sip pina coladas.
Well, you know what? Hey, Steve, in the video that I have, you sure as hell couldn't hit a home run at all when Whitney threw that ball at you, man. You struck out. I'm just saying.
It was an RC car that hit me almost.
When you bought Brooks Brothers shirt that only had one sleeve, so goodbye pitch. That's one thing I definitely think was a common misconception. Another is that some people might think you have to quit your job to do this, as I am slowly seeing the value of this as I'm developing myself into a young professional where I've never had a full-time job, and I'm getting into where I have a full-time job, that doing this on the side has given me the ability to bank my entire full-time job income that I haven't even touched yet. Like that's completely.
Thank you. Yes.
Where no, I mean, I think some people might think you have to be like you have to like go full force. We really don't. You can make a balance for your own personal situation.
Yeah.
Like I have been full-time, I have been part-time. I've been almost no time before when I've been traveling overseas or something where I'm no time, but you see things where you start to focus on that caters to you. Amazon FBA has been like really big for me right now. eBay's been bigger for me in the past. Like Craigslist was bigger for me in the past. It just things will develop, and that's based on not necessarily being full time at reselling or being full time at working. Like you can make a balance of both of them. I think that is a misconception.
Yeah.
Yep. Young, go ahead and take that away. I'm actually looking at the comment feed here. We got some people
okay.
commenting about what
No,
we're talking about, but go ahead.
This is a topic. I mean, I've been wanting to talk about this topic for a long time, and I can talk forever. I mean, I can talk everyone's ears off. But
Tell me about it.
But one of the misconceptions that we have as pickers or resellers is that we're uneducated, and that's completely false, right? I mean, CP. I mean, you practically paid your way through college by doing this.
Well, for the most part, I definitely took out student loans for the years.
Right. Exactly.
Like graduate tuition, where it's just it became way too much, but it definitely cut down my overall costs dramatically compared to.
And Chris, you know, you have an MBA degree, and I have a college degree. I got my college degree later in my life, but the point is, it's like we're always being stereotyped as like we're uneducated. We're doing this out of necessity, and that might be the case for some people, and that's fine. But I'm just sick of being stereotyped as we're doing this. We're a bunch of lowballs, and we're going to Goodwills because we can't afford retail. No, man, we're doing this. Well, first of all, like I said, I have a full-time job. I don't ever have to pick again. I can, and you guys on the panel, you guys know what I do for a living. You guys know where I work. I have a good job. I don't ever have to pick again. But I've been doing this since I was 17. It's a part of who I am. I enjoy it. I'll never stop doing it. But again,
Are you still bagging groceries, by the way?
I am, dude. Absolutely.
But they haven't promoted you to cashier yet?
I'm the cashier now. Yeah, I'm the cashier. Ma'am, would you like some help carrying that out? No, I'm just joking.
Dude, and last time I checked out with you, and you put the milk with the vegetables, man, I was pissed. I didn't like that.
Not that there's anything wrong with doing that.
Right. No, there's nothing wrong with doing that. But no, I mean that's one of the huge misconceptions is that we're just a bunch of lowballs, and that's not the case, man. That's not the case. You know what? We're everyday folks. We just know how, like Chris Cousin, we know how to hustle. We do this to make money, whether it's on the side or whether it's on our whether it's our primary income. And but yeah, I mean it's just Steve. I mean, gosh, man. I mean, Steve busts his ass every day, and look at where Steve's at now. I mean, the guy has his own office. He has his own, he has his own employee. Jesus, I mean, it's trust us, and it's like CP said, it's like everything that we share with you guys, we always have our bad moments. Even when you watch American Pickers, they have their bad moments. They're not showing you all the bad stuff, and I guarantee you, they're always picking some bad stuff, but they won't show it because that's not good for the show, right? They're always showing you their home runs and stuff like that happens, man. It's just, that's one of the huge misconceptions. Look, we're everyday folks. We make an honest living, we make an ethical living, and yeah, I mean that's just how it is, man. I'm just being real, man. Come on.
No, I think to echo what Young is saying about the American Pickers and the Pawn Star stuff, and I had firsthand experience with that kind of content delivery, should I say, or witnessing that kind of content delivery. Last year, I think I don't know if you guys can see me right now talking, but last year I had the pleasure of actually winning a trip through the Travel Channel to go to Puerto Rico for free with my girlfriend. So off I went to Puerto Rico. I think it was in May, I want to say, or maybe it was in March. Either way, irrelevant. But went to Puerto Rico, sat there for an entire week, right? We did like we went like on 12 different excursions in Puerto Rico, and the stuff that's like off the beaten path, not for tourists, like the crazy stuff that belongs on Travel Channel. Now, why did they actually throw us through 12 excursions? Because when the actual show aired, which was a 22-minute show with 8 minutes of commercials, they were only airing like 5 or 6 excursions, right? They overbooked the excursions because they didn't know which one was going to have that shock value that belongs on the Travel Channel. So we wanted to. So it was kind of cool because some of the stuff that we thought was so amazing that we were like, I can't wait to see it on TV. We never got to see it on TV, and it was kind of weird because we experienced it, but it never made it to actual television. So that's very interesting as well, right? Everything on TV is an investment, right? It's an investment that someone took a project on, wants to get a return on investment for, you know, ad revenues or whatever they want to do it with, but it's all an investment to somebody higher up there. So you get, when you see a 22-minute show, American Pickers or Pawn Stars, you guarantee yourself that you're going to be watching only the good stuff, only the entertaining pieces of Frank and Mike in the van. You're not seeing the entire week or the entire 2 weeks that they were in Boise, you know, or whatever. You're not seeing any of that. You're just seeing the pinnacle of the freaking picks, man. That's all you're seeing. So don't fool yourself in this game when you watch our YouTube videos and you see all of the cool stuff we're finding. There's a lot of other things that play into effect when you go out and hustle, right? There are a lot of just normal like flips that you do. It's not all home runs, right? Yeah. But we like to show some of the cool home runs, especially in the green room. We like to show those because those are things that people can find all across the USA. Just because we found one every 3 months or 2 months or something doesn't mean someone can't just find that like right away. And we've had those kind of things like CP, for example, has home runs kind of stuff that was like day one green room information that he shared, and people out there across the USA are looking for this one item, and people are finding it. And people are home running that item, right? We've seen people come back to CP on the green room saying, I flipped the item, did exactly what you say, I made more than what you told me to sell it for, right?
Back to back home runs.
Right, which is cool. But like, had you just kept that information in and never told anybody about it, those people would have never had all that extra money in their pocket based upon it. So we try to give as much as we can on green room about anything that's worth our time. That's basically what we do. And the community is so strong in the green room right now. I'm really, I mean, we're talking too much about the green room, and I really don't. I hate self-promoting stuff. I hate it. But
hey, I'll self-promote. I wrote some.
I don't hate self-promoting things. I think it's important when it really benefits people.
Dang good articles in the green room. If you're gonna join to read my article.
I do want to share a story with you guys that just happened this past weekend. I'm speaking about misconceptions. I mean, like over the years, I've accumulated just a bunch of stuff that never sold. So since my brother was in town, I was like, you know what? Let's just gather this stuff. We'll take it to the to the Salvation Donation Station. That's right down the street. We took it there, and one of the first rules that I have when you go picking, and Kutos can attest to this, man, is always be nice, man. Like every time I go to a garage sale, I always say good morning. Hey, how are you? Even if I don't buy anything, before I leave, I always say thank you. I give them a wave. And Kutos saw this a couple of weeks ago when he went picking with me, because we got to this house. There was like this brass metal rocking horse. It was really nice. And we got there. There was a guy who already had his hands on it, and he was trying to bargain with the guy, and the guy was just being a total jackass. You can tell he was a reseller. He had a van just full of stuff already, and just being a total dick, just being a total jackass. And long story short, he didn't get it. He was asking the guy for $40. I come in, I'm being polite. Hey, good morning, how's it going? Long story short, he gave it to me for $30. $10 less what the other guy was asking, because I was being polite, I was being nice. Anyway, the story is, be nice to people, okay? And I want to share this story with you. We go to the Salvation Army donation station. We're dumping stuff off from stuff that I accumulated over the years, and I get out of the car and I'm emptying out my car. And this guy gets in my face. He wasn't even working there. He gets in my face. He goes, "Get in effing line." I'm like, "Excuse me?"
What?
No, he goes, "Get in effing line." And I was like, "What are you talking about, man?" I'm like, "There's no line. I'm just emptying out my car." And he goes, "Get in line, or I'm gonna do this and that." And I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I'm like, what? And I'm not a very violent person, but he just kept grilling at me. And finally, I got up to his face. I'm like, well, what are you gonna do? Right. And I'm not normally like that. He gets in his car right before he pulls off. He goes, "F you." No, look. He goes, "F you, you slant-eyed chink."
Yikes, man.
And it's like, why are people
a public service announcement for?
No. It's just, why are people so freaking angry? I don't get it. It makes no sense. It's like he wasn't even working there. He was donating stuff just like I was, and he assumed there was a line. I was just emptying out my car, and I was just like, what is your problem, dude? I'm like, why are you so angry? So the moral of the story is, man, be nice to people.
And don't call them slant-eyed chicks.
Well, first of all, he's a dummy because I'm not Chinese.
He's a dummy.
I'm just joking. But
man,
no,
that's you're a pretty patient kind of guy, man. I don't think anyone.
Yeah,
I don't know if I would have handled that the same exact way, bro.
What you gonna do?
Well, I mean, he just kept going at it. And I was just like, whatever. And then he just finally pushed that last button, and I got in his face. I'm like, well, what are you gonna do? And he didn't do anything. He got in his truck, and then right before he pulled off, he's like, F you, you slant-eyed chink. And I'm like, really?
Yeah, that sucks.
Moral of the story is, be nice.
You don't address people by racial expletives.
Not all pickers are mean spirited. We're good folks. We make an honest living. So yeah, man, just treat people the way you want to be treated. That's all it is.
The last time that I actually got called that C word, by the way, and now that you say it, it like jogs memory, and I'm like, oh, I've actually been called that once in my life. But that was like 20 years ago in college at a Taco Cabana drive-thru that was packed.
Oh my gosh.
And I was taking too long to make my order because the girls in my car were like saying like, I want this, I want that. So someone 2 cars behind me, and mind you, this thing was packed all the way tight, this line, right? The guy 2 cars behind me was 2 fraternity dudes, and they go, hurry up, you C word, right? And I was like, okay, that's pretty much it. And I came out of that car, like, and I back in college, I was almost as big as The Rock, mind you, right? I'm not even kidding. I got out of that car, and I got all
they have no idea.
huge like this, dude. And the guy's eyes and the guy that was driving his Blazer, he goes, oh
my gosh.
God, reaches out of the parking lot, runs over a bush, and takes off.
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. And then I go down the road, and I find out he gets busted for DUI from a cop.
Oh gosh, but yeah, it's just
funny.
I don't understand how people are just so angry. It's what, if you guys are gonna join the green room, make sure you guys have to be nice. Okay, you guys have to be nice. That's all I ask.
Man, I'd say that we pretty much went on a tangent on that one.
We did. That was a good topic.
That was a very interesting. That was an interesting tangent that just occurred. Young and his tangents.
Damn it!
Dude, 2 weeks ago, we went on the tangent of Jersey Shore because your hair looked like Pauly D, and you were like, you didn't know who Pauly D was.
I still don't know who Pauly D is, man.
What's a Pauly D?
What's a Pauly D? Is what, right?
What is a Pauly D? I don't get it.
People in the comment feed are going to know exactly who Pauly D is. It's not a Pauly D. It's who is Pauly D.
Dude,
anyway.
I think my comments froze up. My thing's been on this one comment for like the last 10 minutes.
Okay, so here's another misconception from Sumaraba. Another misconception people might have about reselling is that items sourced is instant money, whereas it seems more like a snowball at the top of a mountain where profits roll in over time if you have inventory and did the footwork previously. Oh, I can see what he's saying. This is not to say that certain items don't sell quickly. He's basically saying that if you want to have a steady income like every single day, RAIKEN, you have to have near 700 things going on live at eBay. You got to have your channels not built up all the way, but you have to have something in every channel. Your FBA's got to have stuff, and the likelihood of you cha-chinging every day is going to be very high at that point. CP, you have things wrapped up in Etsy, FBA, eBay, or no eBay?
I'm like 10% eBay right now. Maybe 5%. 10% eBay. Not a lot of eBay.
And
but,
certainly Craigslist, right?
Yeah, I got a little bit here and there on Craigslist. Not much where I'm in my living situation right now. I don't have a lot of stuff on Craigslist. I think I have like 2 items. But It's yeah. If you don't have the stuff built up for Etsy, for some reason, it seems like the sales come in like on one weekend. I'll sell like $100 or $200 worth of stuff. It'll be like 3 items within like 2 or 3 days. It's crazy. I'll sit for like 2, 3, 4, or 5 weeks and without nothing, and then it'll just bam, bam, boom.
How does your FBA do? Pretty well?
Where the hat's at by the time it sells.
CP, how many items do you have in FBA? Top of your head right now, what do you think?
I have over 200, so probably like 50 oversized and 150 regular size. I have over 200.
RAIKEN, how many FBA items do you have right now?
I think I have about over 300.
Okay, and then how many eBay items do you have? 700 or so? About 700, right?
Somewhere around there, depending on how many I need to relist, but I'm probably sitting around 6 to over 700, somewhere around there.
And then on Craigslist, you have a little bit on Craigslist too, right?
Yeah, I probably got like 15 items right now.
And then Yang, FBA, how many FBA things do you have?
I'm right at the 2,000 mark, man. I can't break that.
That's crazy.
I can't break that 2,000 mark, and then
If I made it to 2,000 items, I probably would be pulling in like 10 G's to 20 G's a month. Oh my god.
No, it's hard. It's hard. Trust me. But I have about 2,000.
What CC flips is completely different than what you flip. By the way.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and then on eBay, I have just a little over 100. But like I was telling you last night, I got some great news. My brother is going to be moving in with me. He's going to help out with the business. So, and because I have a full-time job, I'm really looking forward to scale my business and make it grow. I'm super excited. I'm super excited that he's going to be part of this. The numbers are just going to get bigger and bigger for us.
Does he look like a poly D too?
He looks like a poly F.
Okay. Okay. He looks like a poly. He is a poly D. Okay, so Matthew Price says that was an awesome story, Young. Stacy Staggs, I hate the way some other pickers look at me like I'm stealing from them or something. Interesting. PRR Modeler says, be nice until it's time to not be nice. That's pretty funny. Rick Flair Picker 16X. Moral of the story, Young, is you catch more bees with honey. Okay.
So you got to be sweet. Is that?
That's right. That's right.
I got you, man. I got you.
Armando Sueños. Thrifting is simple, but is not easy. Doing a good living with it. Interesting. Okay. So you know, it just goes to show that some people view it completely different than how we view it, and that's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, no.
Golden Finger Picker's in the house, by the way. I want to give a shout out to Golden Finger Picker.
What's up, Chad?
He runs his Sunday Pickers Church thing, right? And then they do a resellers show as well, multiple times during the week, it seems. But yeah, he says, what you don't see is Florida picking queen beating me all the time. That's pretty funny. So yeah, and then Matthew Price again. I think you are all inspirations, all you guys here, and I've been doing this for 12 years. LOL. So that's great. Good to know.
Wow, long time.
Stacy Stagg says video game collectors give resellers a bad rap too. They say that we are driving the prices up. People also think I'm just cranking out money, but they don't see it when picking gets slow or I take a few days off of picking. So pretty cool there. So not bad. Yeah, I mean, you know, you gotta do work. You know, if you've exhausted your own thrift stores, your own town, sometimes you do what RAIKEN does, like you make a trip, right?
Yep.
And you just have fun with it, man. Bring your mom along. I mean, whatever makes it fun. And your mom's a hustler too, right? She's a beginner hustler, right?
Yeah, she does Amazon FBA. She focuses mostly on books. Nice. But yeah, she loves it. I got her started, and she was skeptical, but she loves it now. She has a hobby. She has something to look forward to. So I'm really proud of her. She's doing a great job.
Good for her, man. Good for her.
Timothy H says, "Is it unheard of for beginners to make $1,500 a month just selling on eBay, or would you recommend FBA for beginners? Also, what items would you suggest for FBA?" So this is a three-part question. So we're going to go through it really quickly. CP, echo on this. Is it unheard of for beginners to make $1,500 a month just selling on eBay?
Absolutely not. 1,500. That's like
profit or gross sales.
Yeah. That's a net. I think he's probably saying net right here, but I mean,
I chimed in. I said I said it's possible, but the key is to build up the inventory. That's what's going to take the time.
Okay. Yang, would you recommend FBA for beginners?
I would. You know, people are really intimidated by it. because they're saying, oh, FBA is really, they have a lot of restrictions. They do, but it's really not that hard. Trust me, I'm not the most smartest guy in the world, man. If I can figure it out, you guys can figure it out.
Top of your head, real quick, Young, for Timothy H. right here. Name 5 things. See if you can name 5 things that is restricted on FBA that are common things that people would be like, oh, I know that's going to sell on FBA, but you're like, don't buy these things.
Yeah, 5. Let me see. Oh gosh, Dunkin' Donut products. I don't know why. Just for some reason.
Go for certain, like what I'm saying is like certain like clothing, for example, right? Like what? Like things like that. Big things.
Clothing. What'd you say? Shoes.
Shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, shoes.
CP and Young. Go ahead. That's 2 right now.
So clothing. Let's see.
Automotive parts.
Automotive. Certain health and beauty supplies are restricted. And I think these days certain groceries are restricted. Don't quote me on that. I'm really cutting back on my groceries, so I haven't really experienced. But I think they are cutting back on groceries.
Certain softwares are restricted.
I didn't hear that. What was that again?
Certain software is restricted as well. Rosetta Stone's kind of cracking down.
Yeah.
And Young, what about things like, let's say Disney comes out with a movie 4th quarter of the year, or Elmo gets really popular? Is there a chance that they can crack down on certain things that might be faked because of a rush, of like a huge rush to something, for example?
Yeah. So what Chris is talking about is there was that huge Disney Frozen just bonanza where everyone was buying Frozen toys, and it got to the point where all the big box stores were sold out because not only were they being bought up by resellers like us, but everyone else was just buying it up, and they were being sold on Amazon for double or triple the price. And then what happened was there was a lot of bootlegs, fakes. So Disney flexed their corporate muscles and said no more. But you can still sell Disney Frozen toys, but you have to be approved. It's super easy. You just got to show them the receipt. I
never showed them the receipt. They just like approved me.
Oh my gosh, really? Yeah. What the hell's going on with me then, man? I had to like get approved. I never
requested it. I got the email saying that it's a restricted item now, that they're doing investigations, whatever. So they probably just pulled some of my inventory off the shelves and freaking looked at it and was like, oh, this is CP stuff. I know it's legit, so they put it back.
Yeah, well, I've sold. I'm right there with you there, man. I've sold like hundreds, if not thousands, of these toys, and they were like, "Nah, show us the receipt." But yeah, so certain things like that can be, you might be able to sell them at some point, but just know that at some point it can be restricted as well. Just to give you a good example, I was selling a certain dog food. With no problems, and I think just recently it got restricted.
Okay. Rusty Shackelford, by the way, commenting right now says, Season 1 of Everybody Loves Raymond. HBO owns it.
Yes, no, that is restricted. I try to sell that on FBA.
So yeah, be careful out there, guys. And then there was someone that was echoing here, Tommy Heights, who is actually in the green room. eBay is good for beginners. FBA is when you know how to source and find profitable items. That's pretty good insight right there. Young looks like he is frozen up. I don't know if you guys are seeing that too, but anyway. Okay. We're gonna have to get this thing wrapped up. We're at 9:20. We went 20 minutes over on this green room hangout. We're gonna stick around for like maybe 5 more minutes. Guys out there, 118, 120 people watching right now. Hit that like button for us, please. Show us some green room love. Even if you're not in the green room, you still like the hangouts. Let us know. Or if you got a comment and you want to see a certain topic, that's one of the things. We'll stick around for 5 more minutes. If you got a topic that you want us to cover for the next green room hangout, why don't you go ahead and put it into the comment feed right now, and we'll toss that up during a conference call.
Also, on top of that, let us know if there's anybody who we haven't already had on the green room show. If there's anybody that you'd like to have on the show, leave their name below, and we'll try to get in touch with them and have them on as well.
RAIKEN, who have we, CP, who have we had on the show so far?
Flippin and Katie and Andrew.
Flippin who? You gotta understand, man. People are new out there. They don't even know who Flippin is. Like Flippin Profits. Okay. Okay, now that you did Flippin' Profits impersonation, you're gonna have to do Katie. Go ahead.
Dude, Katie Patton. I don't have a ukulele to play, but.
Okay, and then we did Picking Profits. So go do it. Do a Picking Profits impersonation. Hurry up.
Profits. Buy books. A lot of books sell. A lot of books.
Oh man.
Okay.
And then who else do we have on? We're missing one. Who else do we have on? Reagan, who else? We're missing.
Sorry, guys.
I was late for the Hearts one, so Hearts Motor Company.
Sorry,
Okay.
guys.
Oh, okay. Reagan, do your Hearts Motor Company impression.
Hey guys, I just went to Connecticut and bought all RAIKEN Profits clothes and made a whole bunch of money.
No. It's got to be like this. Okay, so Steve, let's pretend I'm Hearts Motor Company, and I just sold a $50,000 shirt. Just ask me about my shirt.
Hey man, what kind of shirt was that?
Oh hey, yeah, that was a Robert Graham shirt. This is Ronnie coming from Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Yeah.
He's very relaxed. He's calm and composed.
No chill.
Yeah.
No chill and calm. He's not like all over the place like.
Good guy though, man. If I sold like a $50,000
Yeah.
shirt, I'll put this all over myself.
I've learned so much from Ronnie. It's ridiculous. Like
He's a great guy. Great guy.
we talk all the time, and that guy, I mean, he works really freaking hard. People don't know how hard that guy works, and he is a wealth of knowledge. I'm always learning from that guy. So if you guys haven't checked out Ronnie over at Hearts Pickers or Hearts Motor Company, type that into the YouTube channel. I'm telling you guys right now, if you're liking clothing, that guy's gonna blow your mind right there. Cool dude.
Yep, absolutely. I completely agree with you too. He's very calm and composed, and he slings. I remember he had a screenshot of just one day on eBay for him on the green room, in the green room. Remember that screenshot of his phone?
Oh
And
yeah.
I was like, that's pretty good for like a one day. I was like, that's pretty good. Like, you know, that's not bad at all. I mean, that's like I'd classify him an expert level hustler.
Days are always good days.
What'd you say?
Over 1K days are always good days.
Oh yeah, he had like. I mean, but I have the feeling that we could ask Ronnie to show us, you know, an average day, and it'll still be like great info for us to see what he's buying and everything.
Oh,
And he's a wealth of knowledge in the green room too, so he's in there. But he's not a beginner hustler, that's for sure. He's an expert hustler, like really contributing hard. And you know, we go out there and we try to help other people as well. He's a really good person to have in there as well. So yeah, he knows a lot about clothing though. I mean, he's like, what did he say? Like 90% clothing when we interviewed him, something like that.
99% clothing, 0% Guitar Hero.
Yeah. So I'll let a couple more comments come through, but we're getting 2 requests for Dallas Moore already, so we might have to bring him in. Spokane Pickers, another one that people are starting to say bring them in. They're amazing, by the way.
We gotta check.
I just see the pictures, man. They've grown so much since I've seen them when I visited them last year. Just by the pictures, I could tell that their business numbers must have exploded.
Oh, they're crazy. They pick so much good stuff. Like I couldn't. There's so much competition in this town. I couldn't find as much stuff as they've.
I was thoroughly impressed with the guys when I went out there and met them, but now that I see the pictures, how they've scaled up, it's like, wow.
Their hauls are like monstrous hauls, dude.
They have epic stuff in Spokane. That is a great place to go.
Yeah.
Really? So I should go to Spokane to go picking, huh?
You need to watch one video, Young, and you know what that is? That's the Spokane Pickers video where they tour you around their office, and if you're not blown away by that video,
you showed me that when I was out in Austin, remember?
Okay, well, that was the most mind-blowing video ever, man. Because
yeah, no, that was cool.
It was. I don't even want to say this place was big because that's an understatement. But you need to check out that video. I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but it's hilarious because CP was just cracking up after they went through door and door and door of this place. You're thinking that they rented this like small office, you know, but it's funny what they consider like their working space in their office. It's hilarious when you watch the video. You're like, okay, like if you get a small sense of inferiority at that one point, you're watching it correctly. Like, hey, Ray, can you remember seeing that video?
Yeah, one of their rooms is the size of my whole entire office.
I'm sure they'll come on. I'll shoot H or Jake as next, and I'm sure they'll come on if we get some more requests or whatever. I like to see how the boys are doing. They know how to pick good stuff and they know how to drink good beer. So.
Right, nice.
You mean adult beverages, right?
Adult beverages, like my wine, homemade wine, right here.
Oh, Young.
Hey,
Always got to bring it on these tangents away from picking.
Just
Just kidding, brother.
yesterday called me a honky.
Hey, that could be a good thing.
Oh gosh. Jeez.
Okay, a couple more comments. I think we're pretty much going to wrap this thing up right here.
Yeah.
I'm just going to see if I missed anything. But yeah, we had a strong green room hangout today. People were saying Dallas for sure, Mad Main, King Human, eBay Scavengers.
Oh, I'll shoot King Human a text. He'll probably.
No, you know what? King Human actually lives a couple of towns away from me. I actually sent the guy an email, and his response was, "I'm too busy."
No, I talked to King Human. He said he could come in the show, but he has to put 5 affiliate links in the description.
Oh, you're stupid, dude.
I sent him a text, and he sent me back a smiley face wearing sunglasses. So.
Well, I sent him a message, and he told me he was too busy. So King Human is actually in Santa Cruz, California, or Aptos, California, for you Californians that know where that is.
Oh, so this person, there's a person here that also said, I want to see Tom Cruise on the Hangout. We'll work on that.
More like Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise picker.
Young says, "What's a Tom Cruise?"
What's a Tom Cruise?
What's a Tom Cruise? Okay, so we're gonna. This show is.
Did you go through your find of the week? What was your find of the week?
Oh, I didn't go through my find of the week. I was in Cali last week, so what
That's
I
right.
found. Oh yeah, I was. If you look at my Facebook, I did put a picture of this bath sign that I found that's gonna go to my antique booth, but it was like $12.50. A light box, like wood encased thing. It says bath, 25 cents. That was pretty cool. I found a pink pair of Nimbus 14s. That was pretty good. That was $6. I made a Nimbus post the other day on my Facebook page too. Like I seem to find a Nimbus shoe every single month. It's crazy. So, and then I found another Nimbus shoe like the other day. So, but yeah, that's what I found. I was on vacation last week, so my best find was finding time with my parents and my brother to spend. That was the best find of the whole week, was spending time with my family.
Hey, that's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah, I see how I turned that around. See, like I get to escape the best find of the week because I actually did something amazing.
Hey, but hey, you know what? Let me just say one thing. Next week I'm taking time off from my day job. I am going on a picking trip. Not sure exactly where I'm going to go yet, but it's going to be within California. So,
go to Oregon and Washington, bro.
But I don't know if I'm going to drive that far. But if any of you guys are in California and if you guys want me to maybe come through, just check out my Facebook page and shoot me a message or post something and maybe convince me to come through your town.
Convince me.
Well, because I don't know exactly which way I'm going to go yet. If I'm going to go north, south.
Thesis convincing me why I should go through.
So yeah, and I'll have my dog, so it's got to be dog friendly. But yeah, so we'll see. I don't know which way I'm going yet, whether it's north, south, east. So.
All right, you heard it first, guys. If you live in Compton, tell Young to come visit you.
Hey, my best friend lives in Compton. You know that, man.
Oh, that's right. I know your best friend's actually really cool. He's a really cool guy.
Yeah.
And we actually hatched it all out. Like, is Compton even like Ice Cube-ish, like back in the day, Boys in the Hood? He's like, it's not. He's like, it's totally.
Yeah, no, I've slept at his house, and I'm like, just it's like any other.
All right, where's your gunshot wound? Where is it?
You want me to show you?
No, I'm just kidding. All right, so cool. So I guess we're done. Cherie Harrison says one last thing. Hey, Young, come to Walnut Creek, whatever that means.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Okay, so there you go.
That was my page thesis.
That is in the East Bay.
Okay, I think we're going to close the show here. We went 30 minutes over time, so I don't want to say sorry, guys, because that was a lot of fun. Please join the Green Room if you haven't got a chance, or at least check it out. It should be a lot of fun. And then next week we'll have another show, and we're going to take a look at the topics that you guys are going to tell us to, like, maybe talk about or something, or maybe we'll get a shout out. We'll reach out to Dallas Moore, maybe Glenn and Cameron, maybe King Human, see if we can bring them on the show as well. But after that, I think I'm in North Carolina the following week after that, Charlotte area. So anyone around there.
At the same time, I'll be in South Carolina.
Dang, man.
I'll be in West Carolina.
How long are you going, Chris, to North Carolina?
I'm gonna do a Saturday to Saturday. That's pretty much what I got going on right now. So,
Okay. So I'll be there from the
um,
20th to the 27th, Myrtle Beach. If anyone's around there, hit me up. We could hit some thrift stores.
what if they want to do like a beer bong?
Oh,
Man, we
jeez.
could have a whole. We could drink some beer. We could catch some waves. We could
All
do it
right.
all.
I got a question, guys. This is important. Why did you guys decide to charge for your private Facebook group? There are other reseller thrifter groups on Facebook for free. Could you explain what is the difference about the green room? Why would it be useful spending 100? Thinking of joining, not sure.
Who
Well,
wants to take that?
Raiken echoed that earlier. I mean, I'll take part of this, but Raiken basically echoed that earlier, and I like to look at the green room as similar to like a country club, right? It's a country club. You know, when you look at country clubs, it's like you're paying to get around very similar-minded people, where the focus is on one thing only, and that is like to improve your golf game, right? In a country club, to make business. Like association and what do I call it? Partnerships, right? For any kind of things like
I've
that.
already bought something off someone in the green room. I think Steve has too.
Yeah, I bought that cash flow game.
I bought this.
Yeah.
I bought this Ninja Turtles game over here.
So basically, yeah, I look at it as the same thing as that, right? We thought about making it for free and everything like that, but we decided we are. All right, so you got that. Oh shoot, you got that game from that dude?
Boom, baby.
Oh my god, that's in the wrap too.
Yeah, it's rewrapped, but it's still beautiful. So I don't care.
Oh, that's amazing. So yeah, I look at it as a country club, right? It's the country club aspect of the whole thing. Like we want to build a very like I never want to say like we're better than anybody else because
We're not.
that's just never the right attitude to carry on the table anywhere. We don't think that. What we do think though, as admins of the group, is we want to build a very intelligent and smart community based upon very, very good ethics, such as sharing with others, such as being mindful of your posts, being able to execute, directions that we're giving people. So we have a lot of people that are asking for specific things to us, like right there in the green room. And many times, we'll give them the exact information they're looking for, or turn them to the correct person within the four of us that can help them. Now, what our biggest aspirations for the green room is to turn it into a very, very good community with a lot of value. So one of the things that we're not coming up with, it's pretty much almost done, is another thing that we're going to be giving out for free to people in the green room as just a thing in the group. So you join, you get this thing for free. Right now, the thing for free is College Picker's Guitar Hero Guide, which true testament to that guide was earlier in the green room hangout today that someone executed exactly what the guide told them to do. I want to say this guy lives in Houston, Texas.
$1,000 value.
Yeah, it's got a huge amount of value between it. I mean, you're basically getting a revenue stream for free. If you execute what this guide tells you to do, it's a revenue stream. It's nothing different than that, right? So and then Raiken Profit is considering, or maybe yes, that his next project he's working on potentially might be a free thing in the green room as well. So I don't want to give people. Ray, can you go ahead and talk a little bit about that and then the value proposition on that as well?
I mean, I'm always working on stuff, and in the future, I'm definitely going to have more products coming out. So I'm 99.9% sure. You know what I'm going to do? I'm telling you right now, the next thing that I do come out with, it's going to be free for the green room. So there's going to be a lot of value there as well, and your bike guide as well is going to be in there. I'm not sure.
No, it will be in there. It will be for free. I'm saying it publicly right now. It'll be free there.
I wasn't sure if you said that or not, but I mean, as we all grow over the years, we're going to be putting more and more free content in there, and we've got a lot more plans for something else we're working on too. So, right now you might be thinking to yourself, there's a lot of free Facebook groups. I mean, where's the value proposition? And I guess that's a valid point, but we're working every single day to add more and more value to it, and I think the plans that we have in the future, within the next upcoming months, it's really going to make the difference, at least for what we're trying to do.
Also, I just wanted to add, as mentioned, there are a lot of Facebook groups out there, but I mean, it's far beyond what I expected. Like, we got other members hooking up with other members and going picking, and I mean, that's just I've never expected that. And like, I know Brock in the group just hooked up with a fellow member, and they went picking and stuff like that. It's just a fun group.
Yeah, it's a fun group where even the beginner, trajectory path on becoming an intermediate hustler is very accelerated. I want to say that because we are not. What'd you say?
Shortcuts to it's access to a lot of information. I write really in-depth articles that can walk you freaking through buying something, what to buy, certain things. You guys write up really good guides. I've already made people money on numerous write-ups. It's access to articles like a book, like an archive. You can use the search function to find a lot. There's a lot of tips, a lot of tricks. You can read through the posts like that. You can post something, get information on it, or if somebody already knows about it that's an expert in the group, they'll answer it pretty quick. And we do giveaways. Like,
Go ahead.
I just posted a laser printer haul on my Facebook page, and I'm going to give one of those away in the green room within the next week when I get them tested. I'll give one away, a laser printer. So we do giveaways. There's potential.
I gave away a book today in the green room. I don't know if anybody saw it.
I saw it. It was very quickly given away too, within like seconds. You gave it away within seconds.
Yeah. No, I was going to mention that is that we're also giving back within the green room. As you guys know, we had that hangout in Austin, which was open for the green room and the public as well. But I mean, we're going to do more exclusive green room hangouts. And when I say hangouts, I'm not talking online, but like live in person. And, we'll meet up and stuff. We're going to do some more fun stuff like that as well in the future.
Yep. Bobber227 says it also keeps the turds out. Paying $100 shows you're interested and serious. Time is money, and no time for big turds spoiling the green room.
Didn't even get to that part, but yeah, when you
actually, now I think about it, I just had lunch with a green room member this Saturday, and I bought him lunch. Yeah.
Yeah, so Young buys everybody lunch in the green room. That's
I always buy everyone lunch, all the time. It's fun.
Mark Livingstone says, how do I get the Guitar Hero book for free? What did I miss in the green room? If you're in the green room, Mark, take a look at the files section, if I'm not mistaken. That's where it is. Top part of the page. It's in there right now, amongst some other things. But, yeah, that's Julie, that coming from Google+. That is basically why we decided to charge for that room. We are trying to build a very elite kind of person. Look, it's not to say that any of these other rooms aren't worth your time. I'm going to drop some right now that I think are completely worth your time. One is the Guild Money or Guild Daddy. I want to say that's one of those Guild Money. I want to say that was pretty decent. The Thrifting Lounge, Kevin B. I don't want to say his last name, but the Thrifting Lounge is pretty cool. I think he's closing in on 2,000 members in there. Free room. Who else can we think of right now? Lego investing is pretty cool if you want to learn about Legos.
Yeah, Lego investing for screen.
Yeah, Lego investing is cool if you want to learn about like different Legos that are coming out that are going to be worth some serious money. So you got
profit.
Didn't we do an entire green room about this? I believe we did.
I think we did. Yeah, we did one. But I'm just thinking on top of my head right now. And
things coming into the future. Join if you haven't already. I wanted to address Julie's question because I thought that was kind of valid. She said, "Why is it useful to spend thinking on joining Not Sure?" Like I thought that was worth addressing, even though we already finished. So.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, so there's a lot of interaction in there. I look at the green rooms kind of stuff every single day. I know RAIKEN does. I know Young does. I know CP does. Amidst our, his professional job and Young's professional job, they're still commenting in the green room every single day.
All the time.
It's a lot of fun. Helping people is a lot of fun, and then the best part is when they come back with a return post saying, "I did this. I did what you said," or "Thanks for that help. I flipped this for that." You know what I'm saying? We can all
$400, $500, $200.
Yeah, we all have a lot of things, man. I help a lot of people with bike stuff, remote control kind of car kind of stuff, general picking psychology kind of stuff. Some people just need to hear it the way it is. I mean, there's some people like candy coating, and some people like hearing it the way it is. In the green room, we give it the way it should be given. We give the information raw, and we don't try to offend anybody, but we give very raw answers. Like, this is what you got to do, or if you got a bad habit, you got to stop doing that. This is what you need to pursue this way. This is the right way to do, that. A lot of FBA questions in there, too. I got to tell you, I think 30% of the posts in the green room, if not 40%, is geared towards FBA, how to start, how to master it, how to, where do I put the shrink wrap on this? Do I have to box that up? Do I have to bag that up? What about the children label? All these questions are coming in. Young's pretty much on that nonstop. And if one of us doesn't get on there immediately to answer the question, we are highlighting each other's names very quickly to where I get prompted. There's a bike question real quick.
And there's other highly knowledgeable people on there because we can't be in there all the time. But But there are other people in there who are just highly knowledgeable and very experienced, and they'll get back to you as well. But it's really fun. I have a good time, and we're just gonna, we're gonna be doing some bigger and better stuff. I know, we mentioned it, but it's gonna be a surprise. I think we're gonna be really growing and giving back to you guys.
Yeah, they get discounts on certain products. You get free products. You get free giveaways. So that they're all just bonuses if you join. So.
That's right. And then even my book, which is flipped at, what I'm talking about right here. This book, when it was on for 4 days in the green room at 50% off when it first came out. So it got picked up, I don't know, 34 times in the green room. So 34 people were like, hey, I see that as a good deal. I'm taking it. In that book is a revenue stream, just like College Picker's Guide, just like RAIKEN Profits, anything he makes. It's a revenue stream. So, if you want access to the revenue stream for a little bit cheaper sometimes, yeah, if you pay attention to the green room, we give out things for free. We give discounts to our stuff here and there. Last week I ran, no, that was for general YouTube, but anyway, it's a lot of fun. So definitely consider joining, or maybe shoot someone's email that is already in the group. You can take a look who's in the group by taking a look at the Facebook page, like the members, even without joining. You can see who's in there. Maybe you know somebody in the group. See how they feel about the green room, and maybe they can just say, hey, yeah, join it too. That'd be a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? So what's cool about the green room too is we tell people not to share information that's in the room. So it's a it's almost like a fraternity aspect in that room, where people are very proud about being within it, and they're very proud about protecting the information as well, as we are as well. So okay, that pretty much does it. We are way over time on this one, so hopefully you guys out there who have stuck with us the entire hour and 42 minutes, we got to say thanks for spending all that time. Congratulations for staring into your computer screen for that long. It's never easy to do all these shows, but we do it as, to help everyone out there. I used to do Bonafide Lives. RAIKEN used to do like Hangouts, and it's just a way for all of us to get together, represent what we're passionate about, and represent the green room, and to still give back to you guys when we can. So it's getting really hard on our YouTube channels with the subscriber base growing, and RAIKEN, can attest to that. CP, when the subscribers get to, it gets overwhelming sometimes, and so the way to connect now is usually through the Green Room Hangouts or the Green Room.
I don't get messages, so I have a lot of time.
That's right, dude. You haven't even monetized all your videos till like a month ago. Now you realize. Anyway, so RAIKEN, we're gonna wrap this up. We cool?
We cool. Thanks everybody for watching. Keep on picking up making that money.
That's right, and we'll see you guys on our YouTube videos in the comment feeds. Hopefully we can get around to you guys too. But if not, just drop us a line through our Facebook pages. You can find us there, and we'll try to get it back to you through that. If you're in the green room, you're bound to get a response back from us regardless. So, all right, we'll talk to you guys soon.
Green room, guys.
All right, we'll talk to you guys soon. See you later. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Peace.